Okay, cool.
Okay, now it's official. So,
There we
welcome,
go.
agents. It's great to have you guys. We're really looking forward to working with you guys. We're super excited about this partnership. And so, Bill, you can give yourself a tiny bit of background. First, I'll just give my background. I'm a marketing person. Bill and I we've been friends since third grade. So we've known each other the vast majority of our lives, and we've gone to school together. We've started businesses together. We've worked at companies together. So we've got a lot of real good synergy. So and one of the things that Bill and I did was we started a real estate company selling property in southern Baja. So that was the most fun. But, so Bill, you can give yourself a little bit more background. Let them know who we are.
Yeah, so Kevin's our marketing director, guys. My name is Bill Seitz. I'm the corporate broker here at Alta Realty Group. Welcome. Super happy, like Kevin said, to have you guys and to have this partnership with Darlene. Darlene reached out to us about a week ago, and we kind of just walked through this potential merger acquisition. And just straight out of the gates, I really enjoyed Darlene's energy and her enthusiasm for real estate. And I think there's a lot of similarities to Summerland and Alta Realty Group. So I think it was a natural fit, which just kind of worked very, very easy. But for myself, yep, I am the broker. I been in the real estate business for 2001, I think, 2001, 2002. I started with Prudential, which obviously is now Berkshire Hathaway. Um, I have been to various different brokerages in that time period from then until current. Like Kevin said, we did have a nice company when the Baja real estate market was booming. That was super fun. I've had the pleasure of working at a real high-end boutique firm here in Newport Beach for a few years. I also did a stint at a bank in Orange, International City Mortgage, which was really cool because I always wanted to learn the banking side of real estate and finance. And so I have a pretty well-rounded background in finance and real estate. I myself have sold hundreds of homes over the 20 plus years through short sales and high-end properties and just everyday residential homes here in Orange County and the various surrounding communities. So I think there's a lot of experience there. I graduated from San Diego State with an international business degree, with a minor in Spanish and Latin America. And so that's probably why Kevin and I started a real estate company in Baja. We used to go down there a lot surfing. Yeah, Kevin and I have been friends for a long time, and we started this company was about 8 years ago now. And really, our philosophy here at Alta Realty Group is, someone like myself who's been at the big box brokerages. I've been at Prudential, I've been at ERA, I've been with the big boutique firm, Surterra Properties here in Newport Beach. And so what we kind of noticed, there was an opportunity to create a brokerage that we're kind of a hybrid. We're not completely virtual, but we do have some small office space here, and we'll run through those locations here momentarily. But we saw the opportunity to create a hybrid model where we could kind of take the best components of the big box brokerage, the marketing like Kevin does, and the support, the broker support, and keep the pieces of the big brokerages that we like, but not have a 10,000, 12,000 square foot office and not have this huge overhead that inevitably gets charged down to the agent, right? And, now post COVID, we've learned more than ever that people are working from home. They're able to, do all the things they would ever need to do in an office. They can do it from home or do it remote or online. And so and I think this kind of parlays into what Darlene's vision for Summerland is to really utilize technology and embrace it and give the agent the best proposition financially for being successful and profitable in this business. And so that's really our philosophy here. We really want the agent to build their platform or build their brand on our platform. And that's really what Kevin does. Works hand on hand with a lot of the agents that we have, gives them the tools and the support from a true marketing, a true marketing person that is dedicated. That's what he does all day long. Trains agents. We have weekly trainings, which is, and Darlene was able to attend our last one. We wanted to give her an introduction to that. And I think she found that the culture here at the company is really suited to supporting the agent and giving you guys, just that peace of mind and backbone that you need to grow your business. And we're always here to help. We have some incredible people in the organization. And we're not some massive organization either, which is kind of nice. We're a nice size. We've got great people, but we don't have layers and layers of obnoxious management. We can get things done quickly and easy, and decisions are made. And so, yeah, that's the long-winded, version of, I guess, me and where we're at today.
If I can jump in here real quick.
Of course, Darlene.
So to give my agents an idea of why I did this, because they're all like, what the heck, right? They don't know why I did this. I didn't really explain in detail. Some of the agents who know me personally know the challenges that I'm experiencing with caring for my family. Since I launched the business during a tragic time, and then was given a lot more responsibility as a daughter than I had ever expected. So given that, my attention has been very thin for our company, and you all deserve a lot better. You deserve a lot more and a lot better. Given that, I thought about, how can I best serve you? How can I best move this company along? And I've been watching Alta the whole time. You see, I click onto Alta's website and their recruiting website all the time, and I follow whatever they do. My recruiting website looks exactly the same as theirs on the front page. I totally copied it. And I love the fact that these two guys can just come together in the office and have a meeting and say, oh, we need to update the document. We need to make sure we have one of these buyer's tour forms like I suggested, right? When we saw the Zillow one come out, we need to make one of these and we need to get it done today. And we're going to talk to our admin and get that done. And here's what we want on it. They can just have a meeting. They're not the big corporation. They don't have to wait till it comes down from on high. They can pivot. They can change things, policy, whatever it takes, which is what you guys need to function. During COVID, during the changes we have coming up now, that's what we need. We need that kind of pivot. They have the technology that I always want to offer you and make sure you have. And they have the commission structure. So all the pieces were there for this merger, acquisition, whatever we want to call it. So I went to them last week and asked them if they were interested, and they were very excited to see what I've done so far by myself. They had each other, and Bill's wife is involved. So, they have a lot more support for each other and for you than what I can offer. So I'm just very excited to be able to come on board, bring my philosophy, my knowledge, my support for you as more of a team leader, and I can give up the rest of the responsibility and continue to be the good daughter that I need to be at this juncture in life. So, I've got a few more years of that ahead of me. My dad looks like he's going to live to 110, so and he's only 99. So we're going to be taking good care of him and making sure he's happy for the next however many years. So I can't give that kind of attention to you, but I can as a team leader. And so I am so grateful to these guys for taking on the bulk and the meat of what I had to do. And just the relief is tremendous. And I think you guys will just, and you can see they're sitting there with no ties on. They have comfortable shirts, normal backgrounds. I mean, these are really down to earth people just like us. And I'm really, really pleased and grateful to have joined with them. And I think you will be too. And Bill's wife, who's going to do your onboarding, her name's Jackie, is amazing.
Mhm.
Yeah, she's definitely amazing. I will attest to that. Bill, of course, will, but
Yeah, well, but I just want to just kind of support you, Darlene, and what you just said, and that, I don't think there'll be a huge day to day. Yes, there's some differences the two companies, but we're not taking Darlene out of your day to day real estate lives, or she's not going anywhere. She's going to be with us. She can be your go to. But what's nice is I can be a resource as well. And one of the things that I really liked about this partnership was that, you know, I'm a broker. As I think, was it Brian who had the difficult transaction?
No, it was Ken.
Oh, Ken. Yeah. Good job getting that closed, Ken. We all know how hard those can be. But sometimes you do need the broker support. And, to have two seasoned brokers that you can call upon or use for experience, I mean, that's just another positive. And I know that was a big thing for me. I was really excited that with Darlene's background in real estate, that I can have somebody too
Yeah.
that can be a resource, in the organization. So that's a big plus. And you can't have enough support, especially when things do get tricky or they do get sticky. And there's a million reasons why, right? But having two people with all that experience is just going to be a real profound upgrade, I think, for everybody.
I think it's going to be because I can call him and he can call me. I can be like, oh man, listen to this one, and from our, started in 2001. I started in 2004. We've been through it. We've been through the ups and downs of different markets. So, and we've been through, the skeezy characters and the shady guys, and we know kind of all the tricks by now, of what they might be doing. And as long as you guys talk to us, we'll be there to help you. And I think that's what agents need. You need the training, you need the marketing, absolutely. And Kevin's going to give that to you. He's full-time in that job. So when you call me, I don't have to find a time, to sit down and do, you know, marketing stuff for you or help you with it. He's already there. That's what he does. So, and there's a whole team behind him, I'm sure.
oh yeah. So, same thing. My wife also works in our organization. Her name's Courtney. And
Love it.
Courtney is our, all things tech go-to guru. So literally when things break, which they inevitably do, we have to bring her in because she is a bulldog. She won't let anything go. And so she's just like, our massive, back end resource for when, things hit the fan as they normally do. So that's another part of our group is Courtney. And so, and we have some other ancillary people that help us as well. We do even have an associate in overseas that will help us occasionally from India. His name is Sachin Kumar, and he's great. And so he helps us occasionally as well. So yeah, we have a really big network that we can rely upon. And like, the broker said, they can do broker stuff. I'm a marketer. I do marketing stuff. So, and, in a lot of brokerages, of course, and, Darlene will say, yeah, I had to do it all. Right.
Yeah.
But having you now focus on what you do and you send it over to me for the stuff that I do, it's a good synergy. So I think it's going to be positive.
And to start answering a few questions that I'm sure you have, one thing about the branding, you're all Summerland. It took a long time to develop that branding, get it all put together. You can remain Summerland Real Estate. You don't have to change that at all. The only thing we have to do is on your signs and cards, the brokerage DRE will change.
Yeah.
So it has to be their brokerage DRE. So on your signs, what I did before is I printed a little sticker and I stuck it over that because our DRE on the signs is only about that big. It's just the perfect size for a little sticker to go over it. And I'll make those for you if you want to stay with Summerland and you already have your signs. We can also take them all over to All Signs, Mike at All Signs, and he'll probably just fix that one little thing for you. The cards we have to reprint, but just I definitely will take that on for you. I'll make you new new cards. I have no problem with that. But if you don't want to be Summerland, if you want to move to the Alta branding, you can do that as well. So that's going to be up to you.
Absolutely. And obviously I will facilitate that as well.
So questions, anybody so far? I mean, there's a lot to do, but questions so far?
Perfect. So Darlene, I think next is I'd like to show them all the resources available to them with Alta. Do you think that's appropriate?
Yes, I think they want to know, what they're getting, because I'm telling them you guys download your CRM from KB Core, because I really want to cancel that as soon as possible. It's super expensive.
Yes. So
And it's just 3 clicks.
yeah, it's easy. And then it's easy for you guys. What you'll do is you'll send me the it's going to be a CSV file, and then we'll upload that into the new system. So super easy. So this is our agent resource center on our corporate site, arghome.net. And so, of course, you just go to arghome.net and you put your cursor over agents, and you can click on the agent resource center here. So from left to right, we have marketing materials. Like Darlene said, we've already kind of gone over that. You guys can, augment what you have, or if you do want to, change your, your overall look and feel and go with the Alta Realty Group signs and all that kind of stuff, you can certainly order everything straight from here. So we contract with a company in Laguna Hills called Real Estate Signs and Supplies. They already have all of our information, all of our designs. All you have to do is click on any one of these things and tell them exactly what you want. They'll get you a proof and send them back to you guys. You can even pick them up in Laguna Hills, or they'll just ship them to you pretty cheap. So that is how you get signs. Business cards, same thing. You can just go ahead and order them. We do those in-house with Canva, so that's easy. We'll facilitate that. You may have the need to download our logos. So we have the different file types, PNG, JPEG, PDF. We've also got the Alta separated from the little circle, the ARG circle, and the circle separated from the Alta. So depending on what you need, we've got that. Back to the Agent Resource Center. So Darlene, do you guys currently use SkySlope for your transaction management?
No, we use Zip Forms, and I have a Zip Forms brokerage account so that I can supervise their transactions since we are completely virtual.
Yeah.
When they begin a transaction, I'm notified. Our transaction coordinator that we use is also has access to that account, and she can send DocuSigns and so forth from there, and we can both edit and assist with documents from that location. So you guys can either stay with Lone Wolf Zip Forms, and you would have to just create an individual account. And I'll show you how to do that if you just want to switch to an individual account, and then they'll switch all your transactions back over there. And I do apologize for that piece. But for now, I can keep the Lone Wolf active over the next couple of months until we get you transferred to whatever transaction management you want to use, if you want to use SkySlope. But that's also up to Bill, because I don't know how you're managing reviewing.
Yeah, let me just touch on that really quick, Darlene. So what's probably going to be nice for you, Darlene, is that we do have a full-time compliance file review person. And as you can imagine, we're a larger company. So we do have quite a few files that get reviewed at any given time. But Lauren Nowak, she is a certified car trainer. She's DRE licensed. She has TC Advantage is her company. And so she's dedicated to supervising our files, signing off on them. And then the best part is issuing your commission disbursement agreement and getting paid directly from escrow. And I know you all are used to that with Summerland. So that's a nice thing that will not change, is that you will have somebody, keeping an eye on your transaction basically at all times, and also making sure you get paid when escrow closes. Obviously, as long as the file's basically complete, we allow that. So that's a really nice thing too. And I think for Darlene not to have to be putting our eyes on all the files that it's a lot to do as one person. And I think having the support that we have there, you all will meet Lauren here probably in a subsequent meeting, but she's outstanding. She's definitely somebody you want on your side just to keep us all compliant and out of any kind of problems that can obviously arise in real estate. So that's a huge benefit.
So my question is then, will they connect with Lauren and then get their transactions transferred from Zip Forms to your program? Will she assist them with that and then get them onboarded with her?
So typically, when an agent signs up, Kevin, you assign them the Sky Slope, correct?
Right.
So we probably, Darlene, you and I will probably have just a quick chat maybe later, after the meeting. But I imagine we kind of review what you have in process with in Zip Forms.
Mm-hmm. And everything's closed except for one transaction, and we have one listing. So right now it's very quiet. It's a good time.
Okay.
I don't know. Brian usually has a listing coming up any day now. I know Michelle has a listing coming up. So we want to do the transition, fairly quickly. But you guys, they're going to make it so easy for us. Oh, Sherry's here. Thank goodness. Yay.
Quick question, Dee.
Yeah.
I have 2 listings coming up also. So are we going to not be able to use Zip Forms moving on in the future?
Well, I think you need to get
to
right away with, let's get you onboarded. When are you signing your listing agreements? We could just transfer them. Sherry,
Well, I'll have one signed by the 27th, and then I'll probably have another one signed by next week.
Yeah, so for right now, I think you can keep it with Zip Forms, and then we can just transfer it over once you get onboarded. It sounds like we have enough time.
Okay.
Now, Sherry's another one that always has listings where she's churning. So
yay, Sherry.
Work, Sherry.
Bill, correct me if I'm wrong, but SkySlip does integrate with Zip Forms, right?
I was gonna say, because I'd really not like to have to learn a whole new program in the height of summer when it's listing season and all of these other changes and all of the other car stuff is going on.
Right.
I know they pushed that date back to August now, but it's a lot.
If it integrates, that would be better for us, at least for them, the ones who are doing a lot of listings right now and purchases.
I will check with Lauren as soon as we get off this call. I don't know that question. I personally, I do a few transactions myself throughout the year just on referral only. But I use Zip Forms. I have a TC that I work with, and everything is basically, put up into SkySlope. I don't do that stuff. I feel like the TC.
Lauren does it. Lauren does it for you. So if I can chat with Lauren, I can help get that transition done as smoothly as possible for my active agents.
Yeah, Sherry, we don't want you to have any, and I agree with you.
And Madeline, that was Madeline also talking.
Oh, okay.
iPhone 239.
Got
yes,
it.
thank you. Sorry, guys.
That's Madeline.
I agree, though. There's a lot of changes coming, and that's one thing as a brokerage we're really keeping an eye on. We've already done multiple trainings on the buyer broker agreement, this post NAR settlement, and so we've been on top of it from January and really covering this stuff and keeping an eye on the changes. And Lauren was actually in seminars all week and will continue next week with all the new forms that are getting released on top of the changes that are coming. So it is a lot, and so we really are taking this seriously as a brokerage to making sure that we give you guys all of the resources and the help in making those changes or getting familiar with the new forms and also the changes that are inevitably coming. So just know that we're on top of it.
Perfect. So that takes care of SkySlope. We'll get you guys all set up there. Sierra Interactive, that is what we use for our CRM and our websites. I'm going to go through that in a second here because it's quite detailed. So I'm going to leave that alone. For flyers and for all different kinds of media for social media, we use Canva. And so I'll just show you briefly what we have for Canva, and that'll be rolled out for all of you guys. So our Canva that has, of course, all of our
Templates.
it has all of our templates, it has all of our, things that you guys can use. And do you guys currently use Canva?
Well, yeah, and I provide templates for them for most of their basic, like their signature and their cards and signs and all that. It's all in Canva. So, and so Madeline and her team have a logo and an identity, a brand, and so does Sherry. So they each have their own brand identity.
Excellent.
We'll continue.
And I can help you guys, upload some of your current stuff into Canva if you'd like. So you guys can use the Canva account. Anywhere I can, assist you guys in that, no problem at all. So I'll just show you a couple of the Canva designs that we have. And Courtney in the marketing department normally is the one that's creating these, and she's coming up with different ones all the time. So you can always count on a few new stuff being put in here. One of the cool things that she has done is she has created a few different things like, let's see. So one of the really nice things that I liked for my agents to have, and I think it's a really good idea for you guys too, is to create a client welcome kit. And so this is really, really cool. You can put all of your information in here, of course, but this is a way to, especially when you first meet a client, is to establish that presence instantly and really establish that connection right away. So they know that they know exactly what to expect when they are working with you. So these are really cool to use. And of course, anybody that has used Canva before knows that it's easy to use. All you have to do is drag and drop different things into, your design here. So
do we have anybody to assist with that?
Yours truly.
Okay, great.
Absolutely. So
some of us are more creative than others. Some of us get really frustrated with these programs, and some of us find them to be super easy. So
yeah, and you're right, because even things like dragging a picture into the right spot can be daunting. Some people are like, it doesn't work, it's not going in the right area. That one did, but how it is. It could like end up here.
Yeah.
So what I like to do is I have a schedule, and so you guys are going to have access to my Calendly schedule, where you can book a 30-minute training with me. And so we do it exactly like this. We're on Zoom, we're sharing screens. I can take control of your screen, or I can show you what's going on my screen. And that way we can actually not just say, okay, here's some listing presentations and go get it, kid. I can actually take you through it, make sure you know how to use this stuff. And that way you're not, just lost.
Thank you.
Yeah.
That's always one of my things I told my agents is, don't struggle. Just call me. I will help you. Do not struggle, because we all know the pain of that struggle.
100%.
Spend an hour struggling with the program. I don't want them to have to do that ever.
Well, that does one thing and one thing only. It just takes you away from your actual goal, which is to sell your properties and to, be a resource for your clients. And so that's a no-no. So at Alta Realty Group, we do also have an in-house mortgage company called Clearview Mortgage. And Bill, you could probably speak a little bit more to Clearview Mortgage, just because you run that.
That's our website photo. That stock photo is the one we use on our website.
And I've seen it everywhere.
Yeah. So briefly, yep, as I mentioned in my kind of quick little history, I do have finance and banking background. Part of our kind of vision for this brokerage was to have an in-house resource for mortgage. Obviously, it's we work on a wholesale mortgage broker basis, so we deal with a number of different banks and lenders, full spectrum from, obviously FHA, conventional, non-QM, business purpose loans, commercial finance. Our biggest lender that we use, I'm sure you guys are all familiar or have heard of them, is United Wholesale. 8 out of 10 loans we do send to United Wholesale because they're the fastest and the most efficient. We've won a number of awards using their system. I think we average 10 days submission to CTC. It's 10.2 days as a company. We have some really, really good seasoned loan officers. But yeah, so that's there for you guys as well. And our team does an excellent job. So that's there for you.
Absolutely.
Question for you, Bill.
Yeah.
I used to work with Chase and Wells Fargo, and also I need to renew my NMLS. So would that be something to consider?
You would be more than happy and welcome to come join our team. And if you are would like to do some finance along with your real estate, we'd be more than happy to have you.
Yeah, I've been doing loans too. I work with United Wholesale too.
Awesome. Yeah. Well, we can definitely have this like a chat. Maybe Darlene, you can connect us maybe after the meeting or whenever it's convenient for you. And that's no problem. We have a few different agents that do both, that do loans and real estate, and we're happy to have them. No problem.
Yeah, absolutely. I'll be sending over a contact list to Jackie this morning once I get it properly color coded and organized.
Perfect.
And with everybody's permission too. So I need to have a response from everybody that they're okay with that.
Great. So we also have an in-house escrow company. So the escrow company is headed up by Raquel Bauer, who is an amazing escrow officer. She's been in the business for about 28 years, and she is an absolute pleasure to work with, a consummate professional. And she is just on your team. And it's really nice when you're working with our in-house escrow and our in-house mortgage, because you do build what we call loyalty points. So all of our agents, they get a login. And so when you log into your agent dashboard here, just log in real quick, you're going to be able to do a few different things. So the agent dashboard, first of all, it'll allow you to, change your payment methods for your CRM and your website system, but you're also able to keep track of your loyalty points. And so loyalty points are earned by using Legacy Escrow or CVM, but we can also assign we can also assign points for referring other agents. So you can redeem those points by doing things like buying down your flat fee, or even, you accumulate enough points, we'll even pay your MLS dues. So really, really a win-win there. A lot of our agents are, taking advantage of that. And so you'll see your ARG point total right here. And so as you accumulate them, they'll accumulate here, and then you can use them for those different things. So
yeah, let me just touch on that real quick.
Sure.
And the thought process was behind that was I had gone out to United Wholesale, been out there a few different times. They do a lot of amazing trainings, and they really they have a point system for people that are doing mortgage and for mortgage brokers. And I was like, wow, this is really, they have a really good system that they're that they operate under, and you get rewarded for doing things that they want you to do regarding loans, right? And so if you submit the loan cleanly, efficiently, you get rewarded points. If you watch their sales huddle, you get points. And so I was like, well, how do we do something similar where we can help the agent become more profitable, the company can become more profitable, we have great people in these areas? Well, obviously you can't, for the obvious reasons, you can't give cash, but you can give points that can convert to a cash equivalent, right? So like Kevin said, a lot of these agents that are using Raquel at Legacy, or maybe we close a loan together, we give you points for bringing the transaction in house, and then you can use those to buy down your flat fee. And so we've really just tried to create a way for everybody to become more profitable, everyone to make more money, and it works really well.
Oh yeah, it works like a champ. So like Bill said, we do have our Wednesday webinars at 9 a.m. every Wednesday. Almost all Wednesdays, you know, holidays, and occasionally there's, you know, a webinar where I'm sick and I can't perform. So occasionally we won't have a Wednesday webinar, but we are pretty darn consistent. Probably only miss about 5 or 6 a year. So all of our Wednesday webinars are recorded, and they are located in this training videos area. So if you click on this, this takes you to our YouTube channel, which is where we store all of our trainings. And you can see we're up to 285 training videos, which when you come to our YouTube channel, if you click on videos here, this shows all the videos in order of when they were recorded. So all the first ones are right here. This is all the last weeks and the last couple of weeks. So what's cool about that is if you don't have the time to be on that webinar at the time, of course you can just go ahead and you can watch it later on. And so you can see, some of these get quite a few views from the agents, in the days after that particular webinar. So, I mean, 60 views, 30 views, 95 views. So the agents really utilize this as a resource. And so I really encourage you guys to use this a resource for yourselves. But like I said, when you get to this and you haven't been with us, this is daunting, right? It's kind of a lot of things to go through. So you can just go ahead and click on the little search thing, put in something like, marketing or Facebook or whatever you're interested in. And then those videos that are appropriate for your search will pop up. So it's a great way to utilize that resource. Agents can, same thing here, they can download the ARG logos. And then this is a really good tab. If you click on the agent resource tab, this is where you're going to be able to download our ARG directory and preferred vendor list. So if you click the download, this is great. This is a great thing to download and or print and have on your desk. So that way you have the phone number and email address for all of the corporate officers in the company, Clearview, Raquel Bauer at Legacy Escrow, title. We have a great photography partner. So you've really got all the things that you need, at least all the contact information for all of the people in the company. So encourage all of you to download that. Then further down, this is an amazing product that we had an agent utilize this product about 2-3 months ago, and she really raved about it. And so it took us a while to get this gentleman to come on to our Wednesday webinar. But Bill, if you could kind of go over this just a tiny bit, I don't want to take up too much time, but this product is pretty cool. What they'll do is they'll give the they'll give the seller 70% of the listing price immediately. Then they'll come in and either fix it up or stage it or do what needs to be done, and then you, the realtor, will sell it to an end user. But Bill, maybe just give a little comment on this, because this is really cool.
Yeah, so Zoom Casa is a company that basically, there's a couple different scenarios. One of our agents, Albert Souffle, just actually signed his commission disbursement this morning, Kevin.
Cool.
He utilized this straight away. He had a client that had a property here in Huntington, actually up near you, Darlene, up near, Sunset Beach, in a condo, and they were moving to Arizona, and they needed their equity very quickly. They found a property they liked. They made basically an all cash, non-financing offer. and they didn't have the time to sell it. So they were able to free up their equity through Zoom Casa in 2 weeks and get 70. They actually got 74% of the appraised value, and then Zoom Casa basically buys the property, sells it, and then they get the remaining. It's usually 15-20% of the remaining equity. Zoom Casa obviously doesn't do that for charity; they do it for a profit. But in this scenario, it worked really well because not only did Albert get paid quickly, he's getting his commission like literally today. And he did that 2 weeks ago, but it's a function for sellers that need to do things quickly, get access to their equity. Obviously we all know some niches in the market right now are still moving very quickly. Some are moving a little bit slower. And then what else they do is if you have a house that maybe needs to be renovated, they will partner with the seller and help put up that money up front, renovate the property, and then share in basically the gain that the seller would now have by having a fully remodeled property. So it doesn't work for every scenario, but it works really well in the scenarios that it fits.
For sure. So definitely just check that out. We have no real affiliation with them at all, but it worked really well for 2 of our agents so far. So we're like, and this kind of thing happens, as you guys know, a new product or something comes along, we're constantly analyzing new things that pop up, and what's the next best thing. And so most of the time these little shiny objects pop up and they prove not to be awesome, but occasionally they do. So we do try to bring things that our agents find in the marketplace and things that we find to our agents.
And that's one of the benefits of you being able to go from one office to the other and have a conversation. That's where you can act and react quickly to things that are changing in the market, especially with technology. I just added the Zillow showcase as an opportunity for my agents. So I want to make sure you keep that in mind. The agents who have listings coming up, I want to make sure you make those showcase listings, because I think Zillow is really shining in the market, whether we like it or not. They shine with our clients and the customer facing products. So no matter how hard we try to keep them in our own apps, they always will go right back to Zillow. So Zillow Showcase is doing a stellar job for listing agents right now. And so if you have listings, those of you, Sherry, Madeline, Brian, you have listings coming up, be sure and talk to me. I will add you to the team on that. So it won't be a button on here, but you'll still have it.
Absolutely. And, we'll start adding more buttons. We always do. So,
Great.
Kevin,
yes, sir.
Real quick too, I just wanted to let everyone know, we do have a couple physical offices. We have our small corporate office here in Newport Beach on Lido Island, or just as you coming up to the bridge on Lido. We have our escrow office is out in Corona, and then we have an additional office out in Rancho Mirage out in near Palm Springs. And you guys are always welcome to utilize those offices if you need to meet a client, or you want to take someone down to Newport for lunch, you want to come by the office, or you need to sign something, or you need to go, if you're out near Raquel and Corona, that was a lovely office there, and equally is in Rancho Mirage. So while we are conscientious, I'll say, about overhead and keeping things lean and mean, which ultimately is for you guys, but it's nice to know that you do have a physical location you can use if you need to bring someone there, or get something signed, or someone wants to say, oh, is this a real company? Do you have sometimes we get that in the virtual world, but we want you guys to feel comfortable knowing that those are for you and a resource.
Absolutely. And so the other little tiles down here, natural hazard disclosures, that's just a cool little app you can download and find out where the natural hazard areas are. And we do have an amazing title rep DJ Bib. I'm sure you guys have plenty of title people, but DJ is an amazing resource. So if you do, want to switch title reps, or you're not, happy with your title rep, DJ Bib is a really good resource, easy to get a hold of there. And then one of the last things that we have is we do have the ARG agent app. And so one of the cool things about the app is, log in here real quick. There's many cool things about the app, but first of all, you can always see our ARG Wednesday webinar replays here. So they're always right here. You can see all the past webinars right here too. So that's super convenient, especially for all of us who are on the go and we might be, having to kill time somewhere between meetings or on the road. And so you can listen to those webinars from the app, which just makes it really, really convenient. You can also have access to all of those things that we went over in the Agent Resource Center. So you have a digital version of the Agent Resource Center. And you will also receive push notifications for the Wednesday webinars. So you'll get those. And then another great feature is the community app, or the community aspect of the app. So here you're able to connect with other ARG agents. And so this just increased your network by about 300 agents. So you can find out where these agents are, you can contact them and, send them a message. And so it really makes it cool that, you can reach out to some of these other agents. So that is our ARG agent app. And so I love it when agents start communicating with each other and forming that synergy, because that's just one of the greatest things about being in business with us, is that synergy. So those are the big things that you guys have access to. I do want to show you the Sierra interactive platform. So this would be replacing KB Core, and so I do like this this system because it is very user friendly. KB Core is also pretty user friendly, but this is just a little easier in my opinion. So of course you'll have the ability to have your leads all in one spot. Your lead dashboard will show you exactly who you need to be talking with and what and why. So agent actions, as long as you are interacting with your app, or I'm sorry, your CRM, and you're making sure to update it, this can be your hub for pretty much everything that you do. So I'll just go into one agent, or one lead here. So one of the most important things I think that a CRM system should be used for is making sure that everybody in your CRM has an alert if they're looking for property, or if they're a seller and they want to know what properties are being sold and on the market in their neighborhood. They're going to want these alerts, right? And so both alerts in this system is just here's the properties that are available in the areas you select, and the number of beds, and the price range, right? And you can dial these in really specifically if you want. And then you also have the market updates, which is just a little more of a snapshot of an update. I think I have one open. Yeah, so the market updates, they just give the client a good snapshot of exactly what they of what is available in that market. So here would be an example. And then obviously you can click on the different things, but a little bit different than the alerts. So the alerts look a little bit more like this, a little more traditional. So super simple.
Sorry, D, quick question. Will we still
Yes.
be using Christine Valentino for TC?
You can, but remember back there where he was showing you about the Lauren, if you onboard with Lauren, she'll help you get your transaction management setup as well as your transaction forms. So, you know, she'll be doing a lot of that with you. If you choose, if you want to continue using, and what we're checking on is whether or not Zip Forms and their system with Lauren integrates. So it could be a very easy transition. You just keep logging into your Zip Forms. I need to check on that. So you can continue with Christine and Zip Forms, or because as Bill said, he uses Zip Forms and he uses their TC. So that's just going to be something that I have to look at today, and I will get that information out to you just as soon as possible, because I know you need your transaction forms right away.
Yeah, and just to add to that, Darlene, like if you're comfortable and you have a TC that you really love, that's fine. We're not gonna, you know, we don't. One thing you'll find about us is we're very laid back. we take this
So
business.
Lauren is a TC. She is a TC.
Yes.
She's not only a TC, but she's also our file review compliance person.
Okay, because when you said before, like file review compliance, I wasn't making the connection that she's actually like the in-house TC.
Yes.
Yeah. So she has
Does both.
she has a TC basically business, and she's also our compliance officer. She kind of merges the two. Some of our agents use her, and some agents use other TCs. It doesn't, you know, it's fine either way. We don't mandate anything. But whatever's most comfortable for you it will be fine.
And ultimately, Christine would have to work with Lauren, because Lauren is the compliance officer. So whereas I'm the compliance officer for Summerland Real Estate, I review your documents before closing. And when I set up the CDA, the demand for commission, I make sure that all your documents are there. So Lauren will do that so that you can get paid directly out of escrow. So if she's also the TC, if she's TCing and she's doing the, and not to take anything away from Christine, because we love her, but this may be easier for you as you're working through a transaction. If you want to stay with Christine, that's perfectly fine, but she'll need to make sure all those documents are in a place that Lauren wants them so she can review them.
Yeah, and all
What's Lauren's fee?
I believe was it $4.99 off the double check.
but she does. Yeah, she does have you know, different levels of service where, you know, she'll do everything, and then like I know she has at least 2 different levels of service, so you'll have to check with her. But what I was going to say is all, you know, transaction coordinators know how to interface with SkySlope, so it should be very easy if you wanted to keep. Is it Christine?
Yeah, no, she can. Yeah, and I'm just hoping that SkySlope will integrate with the Zip Forms so my agents can just make that transition really easy. They can just migrate it.
Almost 100% positive, but like we said, we're just.
Yeah, I just need to talk to Lauren.
Yeah,
I'll get it worked out for you guys. I want to make this as easy for you as humanly possible. You know that about me anyway.
Awesome.
Yeah, and one thing that's nice too is your files getting reviewed. I mean, as it progresses, let's say you take the listing, you get the listing agreement signed, you have the initial disclosures and the agency seller disclosures, that is, maybe that's one upload, right? Now the property goes into escrow. You've got your escrow instructions. You know, you've got you know, maybe those preliminary, you know, any counters and addendums that goes up. And, you know, so the way we've designed our system is that is getting signed off, and you know where you're at with, you know, file review. And so, you know, if it's done kind of in a nice, easy sequential format, you know, really you should be getting your CDA well and truly before closing. And that's really our goal, is to have you get paid at closing. That's what we want. Do we occasionally get the one-off sloppy agent that doesn't have an avid or doesn't have a you know, inspection waiver, or doesn't have all these things, and we have to like kind of say, hey, you know, you gotta clean this up, of course. But most agents are really good and get paid, you know, straight from escrow. We don't have to touch the broker check for them. And that's really the goal for us. And I know that Darlene feels the same way, and I know that's how she was running Summerland. So I don't think you guys will have any problem whatsoever with that.
So these websites, let me just show you an example of what the website looks like. So they're very, very clean. They're exactly what we need. You know, we want our agents, or I'm sorry, we want our prospects to be able to search the MLS. We also want to be able to, you know, arm them with a what's your home worth a system. So, and these are really cool. These, of course, are standalone. They're standalone landing pages that you can use in social media and other marketing. But they're great because you can put in the address, and then it actually will query the you know, it'll query the home price right away. So it's not like a lot of these systems, it's just a, you know, a form where it's like, all right, fill out your information, then I'm going to go and do a CMA for you, and I'm going to get back to you later. This actually queries Zillow, and it queries the MLS, and so it'll give the person two different little you know, analyses of what their home price is worth. So it's very, very, you know, these work, they've been working forever. They're not new, but it is much better. And the studies show that they work way better when it actually does spit out an instant evaluation. However, we do make them give us their information before they get that instant evaluation. So works very well with lead gen. And the Sierra system does have a Google PPC program where they'll actually do the Google PPC ads for us, which is great. So the system or the website system is very, very simple and very easy to use. And we also have the ability to create single property websites. So those property websites are, let me just get one that's already there. The property websites are fantastic because, as you know, we can use those in our marketing when we have a listing. So I'll just take a look at one of these. Whoops. So these are very clean looking. They do have they have the ability to have a very high resolution image. You can see this is just crispy clean, has all the information, and we can put in, you know, as almost as much or as little information as we want. So we can, of course, have a nice slideshow. We can have a neighborhood gallery. If you have Matterport tours, we can put in the Matterport tours. So we can really put in any of the information that your photographer gives us. So they are very, very clean looking, and, you know, obviously we use these in social media. So any questions about the single property websites?
Not about that, but I should want to touch on the home worth. When we spit out a CMA per se,
Yes.
are we gonna have a some kind of a something to have the customer to call us back saying, hey, you know what, this CMA is a fast CMA, but we want to do a more thorough CMA for you, so we have to sit down and talk about it.
For sure. That is exactly, you know, the approach you want to take with this kind of marketing. You want to say, hey, that looks pretty good, but, you know, now I need to ask you more questions and actually dial this, you know, this comparative market analysis down to exactly what your home price is, right? So, you know, really, you're just going to take this in, you know, you're going to do a CMA through, you know, Cloud CMA or any other CMA program to really get a good analysis. And then you're going to do, of course, your own analysis, right, Brian? So that's how we do that. And that's how we approach that. Does that answer?
Another thing, another question on the alert. Would we be able to set up a neighborhood alert for, let's see, if you sold a home or so you have a buyer to purchase a home, would you be able to route up a neighborhood or a half a mile or a mile around that home to show that buyer, to alert that new buyer when a home is on the market, when the home is sold, pending, that kind of stuff.
Yes, absolutely. So let me just give you an example here.
Yeah, because KV Core doesn't have that. I thought it would have that. I used KV Core before, but lately I got a lot of problems with KV Core. Chime does have that, which is a great tool.
I've been having a lot of trouble lately too, Brian. So for all that we're paying for it, which is a lot, I'm
Yeah.
really grateful to be moving to something simpler but as robust. I think
Oh,
there's
Sierra. I used Sierra before for a
Uh-huh.
short time.
Oh, good.
Yeah, I like it. And as far as right now, when you get on YouTube, Sierra, you got great reviews too.
Yeah,
Good,
no,
good.
and I will tell you, I've researched a lot of CRMs. I've used a lot of CRMs in over the years, and this, first of all, is easy to use, and second, has really good customer support. So those two
Yep.
things are really important. So you guys are going to have not only access to me, but you'll also have access to the support at Sierra, which has been very, very good. They have weekly trainings, they have all kinds of stuff. And of course, you can interface with them as well. And we do have a customer rep.
And I believe they do have after hour or weekend support too.
They do. You're right.
Yep.
So just to reassure everybody, through this transition, because I know it's a pain in the arse to do this, I will be here to help you with whatever you need because I'm still here. I'm still here. I'm still the leader, so to speak, of Summerland Real Estate. So anything you need, you're like, Dee, can you just upload, I'll give you my login, upload this stuff for me. Yeah, I'll do it. I want to start this marketing campaign. How do I do it? You talk to Kevin, you schedule your half hour with him and he'll get you started on it. But we've got a huge team here to help with this transition. So I just want to reassure you on that this is my number one priority. We'll be getting you transitioned over the next week or two.
This thing is easier to use than KV Core for sure.
Way easier. So I think this is going to answer your question, Brian. So you see how we can dial this into a city? Well, we can also do a county or a school area or a subdivision.
Okay.
So,
That's map too. Okay. Never mind.
so a subdivision, maybe we want, so what we normally will do is put in like, let's say Irvine, right? So we'll select Irvine, but then we'll also be able to go to a subdivision here and put in something like, Turtle Rock. So caps lock on. So Turtle Rock Crest. Bill and I grew up in Turtle Rock and Irvine, so that's why I picked it, right? And you recognize any of these, Bill?
I'm sure I recognize all of them. I can't. But yeah.
So anyway, we could say, yeah, I only want homes in the Turtle Rock Crest, right? And you can do, so you can dial your searches in to very, very small things. So now look, now only one property is found, right, Brian?
Yep.
And so the same thing, I think you also asked, can you do active and coming?
Yeah, I want to do everything. If
Yeah.
the home just got on the market, if it is coming soon or something's just sold, it doesn't matter if it is a condo or anything in that particular area where my buyer where my buyer lives.
So the way I would set that up, Brian, is I would do specific searches. I do about 2 or 3 searches for this one client, and I'd call this search, sold properties, or this one's active, and then I would make a new one that's sold, right? And so
in here we cannot select all of them.
Yeah, well, you can select them all, sure.
Yeah, there we go.
Yeah, so you can do that, but you do have the ability to create multiple searches for these, these individual clients.
Yep.
And then that way they are getting the info, you're getting those touches in my, marketing presentations I'm always talking about, it takes a certain number of touches, you know, to get to a sale, right? And so it's always important to automate as many of those touches as possible. We're going to be doing other touches like phone calls and texts and, you know, other things, but to automate a lot of these touches is using the beauty of technology to assist us in, you know, in our overall real estate business, right?
As far as campaigns, pre-built campaigns, do we have to go in there and check on different ones for us to use, or when it's a pre-built, we
They
can
do,
plug it in?
as far as like drip campaigns,
Yes.
they do have a few drip campaigns. I'm actually, you know, coming up with some, you know, ones that everybody can use, but I do encourage you guys to create. I mean, they have, you know, some basic ones, right? But I do encourage you guys to create your own drip campaigns.
Okay.
But yes, not a problem. We can create, you know, drip campaigns together. One other thing that is really robust about the Sierra system is they have something known as action plans. And so action plans are, you can think of them as a combination of, you know, email, voicemail, and text messages. So this is just an example of a what they call the, you know, and this is a pre-done action plan. So they call this one the FAAP buyer web registration lead. So somebody comes to your website and, you know, fills out a, you know, a registration, right? So this is what would happen. The first day, within the first 3 minutes, they're going to get a voicemail, and you record this yourself, of course. Then they're going to get a text message 15 minutes later. Then they're going to get an email. So action plans are just super robust drip campaigns, right? So we have the ability to create our own action plans. So this system becomes very robust if you want it to be, but it also works very well on a simple level. Does that kind of make sense, Brian?
Yes, sir.
Perfect. So, you know, we don't have to go super deep into this stuff. We'll of course be training on these things individually, but you can just see that this is, you know, an easy system to use. Saved searches. This is fun because these are things that we can create and send directly to a client, right? So you can say, let's find one down here, Fullerton. So, and these are all saved searches that individual agents have created, and so these show up in their individual saved searches. I just have access to all of them. So let's take a look at what that is. So of course, this is, you know, depending on what we have specified in our parameters, this is going to spit out available homes. So what do we get to do? We get to take this URL and we get to send it to people. We can text it to a client. We can put it in social media. We can do a lot of different things to get that information out. So, and Darlene, did you have any specific questions about?
No, and I think I don't want to get in the weeds on Sierra because that's a whole separate training, but it is very robust. I think it's simpler than KV Core. It's robust, easy to use, and I think they're really gonna, you know, when we get each of them set up, they're gonna enjoy it. And I can help you with the you know, setup, help the agents with the setup, and then, you know, as long as you do the training and I'll sit through the training with you, I pick these things up pretty quick.
Yeah, and Sierra also they'll have a dedicated person to help you customize your website. So, you know, all the things, the individual things on your website, you have your own image that you want to display and all of those different things. You want to have your own communities, you want to have your own info. So they'll help you guys customize those, you know, out of the gate. And then obviously if we want to make further changes, you know, I can help with everything else.
Yeah. So what's our next steps here?
So our next steps,
we need to let these kids go. They've been with us for an hour and 15 minutes.
For sure. So what we'll do is you and I will work together. We'll make sure that we create these accounts for each of the agents. Okay.
Right.
And then there's going to be a few different little follow-up things that we're going to communicate with them, and they're also going to get communicated from the Sierra system. So that'll be our next steps. Okay.
Yeah, so the first thing we'll need to do is the onboarding,
Yes.
and that's with Jackie. So just heads up, everybody, the first person you're going to hear from is Jackie. I will give her as much information as I can if you approve it. So I just need approval from you. Then from the onboarding, you go to Kevin, right?
Yeah,
For
what we're gonna what is very, very helpful for us is if you click on the join form here, because this,
well, Jackie and I are working on that so
okay,
that they don't have to do this. Okay,
perfect. So yeah, so you and Jackie will go through this.
right.
You get it all filled out because that populates a lot of the other systems within.
Okay.
Yeah, so
Yeah.
that's easy. Okay, great. So that's literally the beginning, and then from there we can go through the rest of the onboarding process.
Right. And then they'll start their training, and that's individual or group
Um,
for Sierra and whatnot.
I'm gonna do all of that stuff individually.
Okay.
Oh, yeah.
Okay, so then that'll be your next step. So the beauty of that, you guys, is you did that with either Krista or Mitzi or I when you came on board, but they're doing it much more thoroughly. They're going to go through that website with you and your CRM and all of that in detail, and it's going to create success for you where my system wasn't as effective. So I'm looking forward to that piece.
Yeah, so again, the only other part of that is just make sure that you download or you export your leads from
Yes.
KP4.
Yes, please do that today. Once again, I need you to download that. And it's really quick. It's super quick. All you do is you're going to go to KV Core. You're going to go to CRM. You're going to click My More Actions, and you're going to click Export.
Super
That's it.
easy.
I
It's
did
super
it.
easy.
I did it. So if I
You
can
did it.
Done that yesterday when I saw your email.
Okay, good, 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 good. Yeah, it's just 3 clicks. 3 clicks and you're done. So get that done. Let me get out of KV Core, please. I want to tell him to buy.
Well, any other questions while you have us? We're available. We're very available. So don't worry about that. But any other questions before we let you guys go?
I have a
Yeah.
question on so like the alerts, I noticed like everything's obviously labeled Alta everywhere. So what about us that maybe want to stay with the Summerland logo so I don't have to change everything all over again?
They'll
Yeah,
set it up for you in Sierra.
Yeah, you can change the logos in Sierra.
Just like Sherry has her logo for sorry, I answered that for you, but I knew the answer. Sherry has her website says the Moretti Group, and it has her logo. It's the same thing. You'll send that to Sierra and it'll go up. She has it double. She also has the Summerland because I couldn't take mine out. It was a secondary. So hopefully it'll just be the one logo Summerland and not Summerland Alta.
Same with the app as well.
Mm-hmm.
Are we supposed to have the main company and then a secondary?
You don't necessarily need the main company logo, but you do need your brokerage DRE, but not on everything because you're a DBA. So the DRE allows you to use your DBA.
That's true.
And Summerland is your DBA. If you choose to use it, that will be your DBA, and it's registered already with the DRE.
I guess we need a broker number because I'm probably going to be doing a listing agreement next week.
Yeah, we'll get everything. I will talk right after this. I'm sending everything to Jackie. So you're a yes. Brian, you're a yes. Ron, are you a yes?
Here's
Well, I
your
was
phone
wondering
figure
before
out
we, before we really, before we break up, I mean, what kind of fee structure are we looking at? Because I haven't got any emails from you yet.
So Ron, they have different structures. You don't currently pay a monthly fee. You will not pay a monthly fee if you don't want the technology. If you want the technology, there is a fee. So your monthly fee for right now will remain exactly the same. For the next 60 days, it'll be the 99. Then you'll move to their fee structure. And they can email that out. You can explain it to them now if you want, you guys.
So how does it work if I already pay for the whole year?
Right, I've got 3 of you that have already paid for the whole year. So again,
We'll work that
well,
part out
yes.
internally, but yeah, so normally our fee is $99 per month. And that gives you the, the website and CRM system and access to trainings with me, and a few other good little tidbits. And then our fee structure, as far as the transaction fee, is it's $498 per side, and that is on transactions under $1 million, right? And then over $1 million, you just add $1,000 to the transaction fee. So on a $1.3 million listing, our transaction fee would be $1,498.
So it's basically you guys are paying $249 a transaction now, which is heinously cheap. And Yiwa is our newest agent, and I had already increased that to $499 a transaction. I didn't have it step up for over
And
a
then
million.
one other part of that, of course, is we do have a $150 compliance fee. So that would be the total amount would be the $498 plus the $150. So
it's virtually the same under $1 million for any transaction under $1 million. It's $99 a month, and then $498 a transaction. And then which is what I'm offering now. Any new agents coming on, it's $99, $499.
Yeah, and so too, real quick, and that's kind of why we you can, if you earn these loyalty points, you can be down, to a free transaction. You could be down to a couple $100 a transaction. So while we don't mandate you use our mortgage and escrow, we would like to hopefully have you give it a try, and if you're happy and you like it, then we're incentivizing you guys to do so, which further lowers your fee structure. So yes, we're probably a tiny bit higher than what you guys are used to, but on average, the agents are keeping about 97% of the total gross commission. So you've got office space now. You've got, as you can tell, you've got a pretty robust team here. You've got the ability to do loans if you're doing that. I think that's Brian, right? So you've got a full-time marketing, so you've got a more robust company here. You're keeping out on average 97% of your commission. We really feel strongly it's one of the best propositions in residential real estate right now. Most companies are raising their fees substantially, and for obvious reasons. I think we're all feeling it across the board. Groceries, gas, everything is going up. We have stayed committed to keeping our fee structure as low as possible, and in doing so, giving you guys also all the tools, all the resources, and the team to, if sky's the limit. If you want to grow your business and you want to push harder, we're here to help you, support you, and be your cheerleader. If you're just part-time, you just want to get your deals done, and we're here to help you with that. So however you guys are viewing your business, we're here to help. We can't wait to get to know you more. I know we've been on this webinar for an hour and a half, and like Darlene says, we got to kind of probably keep from spending the rest of our Friday here, but I do, and I know I speak for
just for my team, it's as similar as I could find. I couldn't find any other agency that had anything comparable, and fee-wise, almost identical. And even if it costs you $1,400 a transaction, that's still as cheap as hell, on $1.3 million. It's just not, you know what's out there, and you know what the splits are, and the E&O, and they just start piling on the fee after fee after fee until you've spent tens of thousands of dollars for each transaction. So I think it's as comparable as I could find for you. And these guys, I mean, just look at them. They're terrific. They're here. They're ready to support you. They're down to earth. And I'm still here as well. So
just one more weird quick question. So
we like
HomeSmart, I found out oddly just before I joined Summerland. They bill you the E&O for 1 year upfront January, like it's due to them January 15th, this bulk E&O payment. You don't do that, do you?
We do not.
It's included, just like mine.
I thought it was just so weird when it happened.
Yeah, no, it's included. Yeah, there's a lot of hidden fees with the other agencies that they don't tell you everything up front. And you know me, I don't like that. I want you to know exactly what you're paying and what you're getting for it. So, and I can't tell you guys how grateful I am to have these guys here, willing to pick this up for me and acquire our company and bring me even on board with you.
No,
As
it's
far
gonna
as
be
the
fun.
office space, I do see that you guys do have 5 different or 5, 6 different locations. Do you guys have anything around here? As far as Fountain Valley, Costa Mesa, Huntington Beach?
Newport Beach.
That's down the road.
Yeah, it's not near Lido. Yeah,
Yeah, nearly down the road.
It's
it is
yeah,
down the road,
yeah.
Nearly
No,
down the road.
but
yeah.
it's more than I gave you. Right?
Well, most of my clients are in Garden Grove, Westminster, and Fountain Valley.
Sure.
Yeah.
That's
Yeah.
why I'm trying to see
Hold on.
somewhere, because usually I would meet the customer before I take them out.
Where do you meet them now, Brian?
Right now I'm trying to meet them at their home.
Okay, good. That's what I always did that anyway. I can't even think, count in 20 some odd years how many times I met a client actually in the office. I don't even know.
Yeah.
But I used to like taking them to the yacht club. They felt very special. If I
Yeah.
took them to the yacht club, even though it's
Mhm.
hokey, yacht clubs are super hokey, but everybody thinks they're super fancy. So, if you have a club or, the Elks Club, a lot of people join the Elks Club, you can meet them there, or any kind of club that you can join that has a location. It gives you another sphere. Plus,
Oh,
it
yeah.
gives you a place to meet people and they feel fancy.
Well, XPP has an escrow company, and usually I should go there.
Right.
But
Yeah, you can go to,
it's kind of artworks to work for another company and go to another company to meet the clients.
yeah.
Yeah.
Well, meet them at their home then. That's always the best because you want to see the home anyway, whether they're a buyer or a seller. That's what I always did anyway.
I mean, with the seller, definitely I want to see them at their home.
Yeah.
But if it is the buyer, especially first-time buyers when they rent.
You're definitely going to need somewhere to have them sign that buyer representation agreement, aren't you?
Yeah, yeah. Well, I've been doing that with buyers. I always have buyer representation. I went with Craig Proctor, and I learned that from them.
Very good. That's excellent. But we're super excited to work with you guys. You'll find that Kevin and I are just as we are on this webinar. This is how we are in real life. We're just we're normal people that love real estate. We love our agents, and we're just excited to have you guys and Darlene on the team. We really are.
Thank you. And thank you for your time. And everybody will be contacting you and scheduling all the next steps and making sure that the onboarding goes as quickly and smoothly as possible.
Great deal.
Call me, please, with questions, anything that comes up.
We're gonna forget you, darling.
Huh?
We're gonna forget you.
No, don't forget me.
Oh, we're not gonna forget Darlene.
Well, actually, you can in a couple of years because I do want to retire. So I'm gonna slowly fade from your memory, and these guys are gonna take over. And then I'm gonna go on my boat, and I'll be gone. I'm gonna fade away down to
All
Mexico.
right.
All right. Well, I hope everyone has a great rest of your Friday. You'll be hearing from Darlene and probably Jackie as well. And yeah, we really look forward to working with y'all.
Thank you.
Thank you guys. Talk soon, okay?
Bye.
All right, guys.
Take care.
Okay.
Bye-bye.
Okay.